Okay, so maybe you can start. Hi everyone, my name is Romain, and we are here today to talk about how NoCode allows us to make faster innovation. Um, so I'm co-founder of a web agency, which is based in Marseille, south of France. We are 15 people there. We have designers, developers, and product managers. And we create web apps. Basically, we have two markets. First is like we build products for startups. And the second market is like we build ERP or CRM or we digitize uh, business problems for companies. My experience, I used to work for many years in finance. Then I created two startups. And the last startups, we were a digital company. We were building a product, B2B platform for international logistics. And basically, we spent almost 2 years and €500,000 to develop that platform. We had like a big team of developers and CTO and front-end, back-end, DevOps, etc. Very time-consuming, very expensive, very frustrating, and basically the COVID happened for let's say personal reasons. Me and my co-founder now in Roki, we decided to leave the company. And we just discovered that using no-code technologies, we were able to build the exact same solutions in 1 month for free, just he and me, and so we were like stunned with no-code solutions. Like, how can it be real that we spend €500,000 and now realize that it could be done for almost free if we do it ourselves. So we started to dig and to try to find how big these technology are and how it could help us and help companies to grow faster. And that's how we started to work with mainly one tool, which is Bubble. They are right now on the main stage speaking, and many other no-code solutions. And we say, okay, this looks pretty serious. Let's dig deeper. And it's been 2-3 years now that we are digging, and the hole is infinite. So. As they rose a big amount of money, now they are big teams, and the technology are rising, and it's bigger and bigger now. Just a quick word, I have to do it, even though I believe like all of you know what no-code is. They are platforms that allows us to create applications with little or no code, and we have visual interface and components that we can assemble and configure. So that's the basic definition of no code. Even though no code in itself is not a technology, it's just a way of doing things. There are many no code solutions doing like a lot of different stuff. We basically use like the web app solutions and the databases solutions most of the time. And then for different reasons, from time to time, we use some of the other, but very little. Now we're gonna talk about innovation. The need for speed in innovation. Innovation, it's something very frustrating because it's a momentum. Either you are too early, and then you are very innovative, but nobody cares what you're doing because it's too early. Like the market is not ready. Either you are too late, and already like big companies took the idea and already developed a solution. So you're not in the race anymore. So the momentum is very important, and that's why no-code solutions are very important, because you need to be very fast when you find the right momentum for your innovation. And it's a race, and if you want to survive, you need to be one of the best contenders in this race. Also, innovation is sometimes very the need for innovation is very fast. Like we experienced COVID, it was like the first time situation for the modern economic world. We discovered that from one day to the other, we had to work differently. We had to interact differently in business, in every way we live every day. And that makes, of course, the digital worlds to adapt very fast, very quickly. And no-code solutions are important for that. So that's how no-code enables faster innovation. First thing, like very quick, very efficient to build prototype solutions. Like in 2-3 days, you can have a prototype with no-code. No need to be super technical. If you're smart, if you have an idea, you can build that prototype. You can show it to the world and see if there is traction for it or not. Second reason, like no-code solutions, they are fast. They are fast. As I said earlier, it took 2 years in classic technologies to build our B2B app. We were able to do it in 1 month with no-code. Here it's a screen of Make. Make, it's automation no-code tool. Very, very quick to build business and apps with Make, because there is no need to build front end. So it's only like automation and backend process. Very, very fast. Also, no-code tools, they are by nature very agile, very accessible. This means like most of them, they are already fully integrated, the one with many others. That's actually the case for Make here. Like Make is fully integrated with like hundreds of different solutions. But that's the new game now. Every no-code tool, they are integrated with a lot of other ones, and that makes it very easy and very agile that you can plug an already existing solution to make your app complete and to have like the feature you need. You don't need to develop the features from the ground anymore. APIs. Yeah, you just talk about integration, but API, this is the new web world where like every imaginable service already exists. It's just a problem of imagination. Like you could have like the world in your app. The only problem now is to find the right API service. If you need like, I don't know, a bank service or a weather forecast service or sports service or game service or whatever, there is an API for that. Or AI. AI is very trendy at the moment. And more of our clients are asking for AI services integrations. So this world of API is very, very, very important, and then that makes the no-code world very efficient, because it makes this world super accessible to non or low technical profiles. Also, in most of people's minds, no-code is only like good for building prototypes or MVP or like the first step of your product. Actually, this is not true. We believe this is not true. as this no-code / low-code product are evolving. Now they allows products to actually scale from MVP to very important solutions used by thousands of people and doing like big businesses. The biggest companies in the world now are using no-code. They have revenue higher than $1 billion a year. So that's super big companies, and their stack is no-code. And also, like as this image shows, no-code allows us as developers to shift the product from a very simple form, like at the beginning, like it's a prototype, it's very easy, it's very simple, and then we need to scale and to grow, so we need to transform the stack a little bit to make it stronger, to make it bigger, to allow the stack to feed more and more users, and so on, and there is no limit to that. Now I will talk about a case study. This case study is a company. It's a startup. The name of the startup is Prop Hero. It's about real estate, so buying buildings and houses. This startup is based in Australia, so it's the farthest country in the world from France, but still we work for them. So quick pitch for Prop Hero. This is an app for real estate investors. You pay $10,000, so that's quite a big amount of money, but then they do everything for you. They will find the house, they will buy the house, they will go to the bank instead of you, they will go to the notary instead of you, they will find the people who's gonna live in it. They're gonna find the contractors to do the work if there is no work to be done, and they will manage the property for you. And all of that through an app. And I will show you like what NoCode can do, and in this case how NoCode was so important to make that innovation scale very fast. So if we can switch now, please. Okay, so basically, so this is the Prop Hero app. It's a web app. It's also native apps, so you can find it in the stores, iOS or Android. This was built as a mobile-first app. So this means that if I squeeze the screen like that, yeah, we have Shubham Sharma here for those who know him. So the app is developed for being used on a mobile, but also tablet and also desktop. Basically, what I will show you here is what we've been doing for the first 2 months on this project. So it was like the first step of buying a house. First step is like we're gonna show you the best houses Prop Hero found regarding what you tell them you want to buy. So here it's the first part is kind of Airbnb like page. You have pictures of the house. You can see here the big pictures, informations, the highlights, things to consider. So here we have the price of the last transaction. We know when the building was built. There is a first API. It's a Google Map API. We have the startup logo here. If we click on the school here, we have like the itinerary to go there. We have the map of the house. We have a big description. So right now this is built with Bubble, and it's pretty common, you know, very easy. On most of real estate website we can find this kind of informations. But Prop Hero is an app for investors. So the main goal of the investors is to be sure that it will be a good investment for him. So we had to go like deeper into bringing insurance that this is a good investment. So the next tab I'm going to show you is this first one. Location is about the area where the house is, and we are plugged with many APIs to scrap data from government in Australia, but also different data providers to make this scoring solutions here. Sorry. About the market, about the macroeconomics, about the climate. We use here an AI solution to automatically write information regarding the scoring. And then we can provide this information here with data visualization. So here we have the 5-year data regarding like the real estate price, the price of the rent, the yield of the rent, but also many other information that here it's like the supply or the vacancy. Here we have information. Oops, sorry. We have information about comparing the different states in Australia. We have many information that will help the investors to take his decision. Here we have information about what big projects are going to be built in this city, and why it's how these projects are going to help the city to bring more value for the investors. And many other tools. I won't describe all of them because it would be too long probably. There is here a tool very useful, and NoCode here is super important. So here the data we show you here on the first tab, so basic informations. The data is stored on Airtable. So Airtable is a NoCode solution, very easy for the operative to use. So inside the company, there are people in ProPiro, and their job is to find the base houses and then to make a super clean file about this house so that we can provide the client with like good pictures and good informations. Here on the second tab, it's a lot of different APIs. So we gather a lot of data, we bring the data together, and then we build these graphs here. On the third one, it's a completely different usage. We have inspection, as in France or many countries. When you sell a house, there need to be inspection done about like electrical risk, about I don't know, like energical levels, etc. But the guy doing that, they don't want to use a complicated app or something. So here, what we develop is everybody know right now Google Drive. It's common usage now for most of people. So what we did is there is an API here with Google Drive, and this company, this inspector doing the report will take videos, will take pictures. Here are like 40 different kind of pictures. And he will drop everything in this Google Drive. So very easy for him. And then the app is detecting regarding the address here, what folder to find in Google Drive, and then bring all and gather all the information directly on the app. So very easy for the operative, and very easy for the inspectors to bring all the information inside the app without anybody in ProPiro having to manage all the data. Maybe a last thing here, it's a simulator. So basically, still the same goal, like to bring insurance for the investors. Like if the purchase price is, like, I don't know, this amount, and if there is like here 20,000 of work to be done, this level of deposit, this interest rate, this level of weekly rent, and like many other informations. Then it will calculate here the initial investment that need to be done, the cash flows generated every week, every month, every year, etc. Here we have like the profit in your patrimony after 1 year, 10 years, 20 years. Okay, so this is something we did for Propiro the first 2 months. We were 2 people working on that. We were also working on another project. So basically, it's a one-man job, maybe 1 man and a half, because we worked we had long days back then. But basically, it's a one-man job for 2-3 months. And if we can switch, please, to the presentation. Thank you. After these 2 months, so it was very, very, very quick for the startup. They created the company, and 2 months after, they had the first product to sell, to show investors, and they were able to raise 1.6 million at that time. After that, they decided to keep going with us, so we keep working for them for the next 6 months. And 6 months after, end of summer, so here it's October 2022, they raised a new $8 million. The team was, I don't know, maybe 30 people back then. So from 2 people to 30 in 6 months, so very, very quick. They won like all the real estate awards, most innovative startup in Australia, best fintech in Australia, so a lot of awards. And that the reason they won all these awards is because like how fast they were. Propiro now, there are 80 employees. They are doing a $1 million monthly recurrent revenue. So that's quite a big success for them. They are in 5 different countries, Australia, but also Spain, also Mexico, also Indonesia, and other like countries that are going open in Europe pretty soon. And they are raising right now $30 million. So they are on their way to be a unicorn. They have a super high valuation, and the team is super successful. So that is the story of startup that grew very, very fast because of NoCode, thanks to NoCode. You can find propiro.au, I think, but probably propiro.com now, their website and other information about them. Now we saw that like skepticism and concerns. There are a lot of people that are not so sure that NoCode is a good technology for their company, and they have reason they have yeah. It's okay to think that. So as we saw, like flexibility, like some people believe that no-code solutions are like on-shelf solution, and it's not possible to twist the features as they like. We are able with no-code to build everything we want from a blank page, and it will be pixel perfect what you want. So there is no limitation of flexibility. Integration, like we can plug an infinite number of APIs and different web solutions on your app using NoCode. So integration is super easy, super fast. Performance. There is a layer using no code that you don't have when you code. All right, but we are these technologies. They are better and better as we speak. And maybe 2 years ago, yeah, it was a small gap between code and no-code solution regarding performance. Like maybe it was 1 second to load your screen with a code solution, and maybe it was 2 or 3 seconds using no-code solutions. Today, this gap is like getting closer and closer and closer, and within like I don't know, few years, there will be no difference at all. Security, compliance. Most of these tools, I will speak about Bubble because I know this one very well. They are SOC 2 compliant. That means that that's the highest level of security in the US, and that is effective in the whole world. They also are GDPR compliant. So yeah, security and compliance is not an issue anymore. We can bring the exact same encryption and security and compliance solution with no code than what you would able to do with code. There is one problem though. No-code solutions, they are very accessible, very, very accessible. Anybody could start a tutorial on YouTube and spend a few hours to discover how this no-code tool works, and say, yeah, I'm able to build an app, and okay, I will be a freelancer now, and I will try to find clients and stuff like that. The problem is, it is not because you have training for 1 week on Word that you won't be a novelist. You know, you can't write books and be super famous because you have a training on Word. That it does not work like that. Word is just a tool. You need to be a good writer to write novels. You need to be a developer. You need to be a web app developer if you want to produce good apps. The problem we have right now on the market, on the no-code market, is like, I don't know, 80, maybe 90% of the apps we see, they are poorly designed and poorly developed. And that makes like quite a bad reputation for this technology, because when you see like 90% of Bubble apps are basically bad, that's not a good publicity for Bubble. But it's not the fault of the technology; it's the fault of the accessibility. So it takes years to be a good developer and to understand how the web works, and it's difficult right now because it's very early, this techno, to find the good people with the good trainings with no-code solution, but also with like the classic web app dev trainings. As I said, it's a bottomless pit. Like right now, we are at a point of we are at some. It's the very beginning of this new like technological culture, which is no code, and it's very deep. So we are diving into it like it's free fall for us at Roki, even though like we will never reach the end, because these guys, they are faster than we are, and they are bigger than we are, and they are more funded than we are. So it's a great perspective for this industry. No code will be everywhere. This is the no code, low code usage by country. United States, basically 40% of the companies there, they use no code. In France, it's only 4%. It's very, very, very low. So we know that the States, they are like early, or maybe like in Europe, we are late. I don't know. But yeah, within a few years, no code will be everywhere. Basically, every company will use no code. Gartner, which I show an image like the hype cycle from Gartner before. They are like the most, the biggest advisors for big accounts, and they told the world a few years ago that no code was the thing to watch for these big companies. So now we are working more and more with these big companies because they open like innovation labs and stuff like that make an environment for a company like us to play with data and stuff like that, and try to make fast innovation for these big companies that are sometimes not very agile and not very fast to develop innovation. And also like this is the S&P sectors of company using no code. So basically this only tells one thing. It's like no code is everywhere. There is no like no technology that is where the no code is not useful. So if you will now, I can answer all of your questions. Yes?
Which tools did you use to make ProPiro? And I'm just curious why an Australian company asked for you in France to do it.
Okay. So basically, the tool we used to build ProPiro, at first it was Bubble only, then Bubble with Airtable, and now it's Bubble, Airtable, some automation with Slack, SQL. So we're using like a classic web technology like JavaScript, SQL, HTML, CSS. We are using Google Drive. We are using dozens of different APIs. We are using AI services. We are using Microsoft Azure solutions. Yeah, it's now a big environment and a lot of tools. But basically, the front end is still Bubble, and they will keep Bubble as a front end for probably many years. Second question, how we were able to work with an Australian company? The answer is we know a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy that is French also, and we were like an early no-code web app agency, and they were looking for that, so that's how they found us. Yes?
What is the type of company that you could ask for?
Yeah.
Which industry do you have?
No, that's my question. Okay. So the question is, what kind of company we're working with? Basically, all kind of companies. The first one were startups, but right now we are working with startups, SMEs, so small and mid companies, and also like big companies like CAC 40 company in France, and we're trying to work with every kind of companies if we can. The market is different though. For startups, we are building mostly like pure player solution like ProPiro. We build the tool that they will sell to their customers. For the SMEs and big accounts, we are building a ERP or some features for their ERP or CRM to provide on-demand digital solution, like responding to a very specific problem. It's basically like automation or stuff like that. Is that okay?
Thank you for your interesting case. And I want to know about the tech stack. What is your preferable tools for different projects? Sorry. And do the technical stack varies from one niche to another?
I'm not sure I understood everything. The question is, how do we choose the technology for this project?
For different projects, for different...
Okay. First part is like we need to understand what the project is. Who are the users? Do we need operatives within the company using the tool also, or just the clients? What kind of data do we have? Is that like operative data, or is that like big mass data, like millions of lines of like a very difficult to understand data in a big database? So we are not a NoCode agency. We just are a web app agency, and we are like NoCode is not our religion. It's just like sometimes NoCode is better in terms of performance than code, and sometimes it's the other way around. So, for example, if I take the Propiro case, it was important that the operative in Propiro could be able to make changes in the database to make clean houses and clean information about houses. So we need this to be like very easy to manage and very easy to change information. That's why we choose Airtable, which is like a very good NoCode tools to do that. But there are also many other information that are like very useful for the app. That is like the part you don't see of the iceberg. This is in a classical SQL database. It's millions of lines in there, and there is no way like anybody should touch the data, because it's not something a non-technical person should touch. So that's how we make our decisions. We have a scope of technology we know about, and we know that it's mainstream. Like we are not crazy innovators in terms of how we make apps, but we try to find the best one regarding what the problem is.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. We are Roki. We are here available if you want to talk with us at booth B9. Thank you very much.